Salut, ici Justin Lacroix. Come to do you a little video. Yes, I'm in my long johns. It's winter. The winter just arrived. I heard you might hear a guy snow blowing. I just put my winter tires on my mountain bike and went for a little ride and just feeling like maybe I should do some exercises. And talking to a good friend, I was mentioning the 5 Tibetans, as they call them, or the 5 Tibetan rites. There's a few books that talk about them, and there's some different resources online. But I find that there's not necessarily a lot of videos that talk about them. Anyway, I feel like doing these 5 exercises routinely it's a good way to keep my body feeling good. And anyway, they talk about there being exercises that are a certain fountain of youth. And there's one of the books, the one that I do have that I lent somebody, is called The Fountain of Youth. I find that this one apparently is maybe the closest one to the original manuscript by Peter Cadler. Anyway, it's a story about a dude that goes and finds these Tibetan monks that show him these exercises that are some kind of fountain of youth. In any case, I feel good when I do them every day. There's different people talk about. Well, I think the original talks about going to a maximum of 21 reps per exercise. So there's 5 exercises. It's also called some Tibetan yoga. And I'm just going to go through the exercises to show you how they go, so that if you feel like you need a little routine that's simple and you can do as many reps as you want per day. Yeah. Maybe if you don't have any time to do any, you just do 3 a piece, but you can work your way up to 21, says the book, and 21 reps an exercise, and but to not push yourself. If it's not comfortable, just go as far as you are, or as far as you're comfortable with, and maybe do a certain amount, whatever amount that you're comfortable with, per exercise. And then move your way up. Say add 2 reps every week. So say right now I'm doing 13. I'm doing 15 now. I had worked my way up to 21, and then I kind of fell off the boat. But getting back on, because it does feel really good, and I feel like it's helped me. I think they're good exercises for like opening up your chest in a time when we're all hunched over electronic devices for a good part of the day. It's good to do these exercises to kind of stretch that back out and make the body feel good again. So I'm just going to go through them. Exercise 1, you put your arms out. This is the best one. Before I start, they're supposed to, I think the idea is that they energize and balance the chakras. You can know something or not know anything about chakras or your energy centers. In any case, I feel like it's just a good thing to reset your energy, which is essentially the same thing. So arms out, and you spin. So you spin clockwise. It helps to spot a bit. So choose something you like in the room to look at. I don't know how many I'm at so far. You're not supposed to talk when you're doing this. I've got a creaky floor. But spot, I don't know, that's maybe 7. We'll say we're doing 7. And it makes you dizzy. That's a thing. So I usually bring my hand back in front of me to focus on that, and it kind of calms me down. Second exercise, you just kind of roll them into one another. I'll do it diagonally. Yeah. Fancy. So this one, you lie down on your back, hands to your sides. One of the books talks about kind of turning your hands in a little bit, and you raise your head and your feet at the same time, so that you end up something like this. I hope you can see that.
And then you just do that the same amount of times. So, one of the books talks about how you're supposed to manage your breath, and that kind of unlocking some extra benefits. I feel like you can probably just breathe naturally. Through the nose is good, I hear. So breathe in and out through your nose. You could try to do that through your day. Apparently nose breathing is good, conditions the air. You might be smarter after. And yeah. So that's exercise number 2. And in one of the books it mentions, don't fall into the trap of just lying there afterwards. Get right into your next thing. And the next one is you're kneeled, and I'll do it sideways like this. And you kind of start over with your shoulders down like this. You're kind of hunched over, and you can kind of bend your hips back a little bit, and then you look as far back as you can, opening up your chest. And they're really nice feeling exercises for you, opening up your chest. And it feels good on the shoulders. It's not as painful as I make it sound. It's just because talking I didn't realize that you can't really talk when you do that. Or you sound funny. So I realize I'm not doing, I'm not counting, so I haven't, but that's that one. We'll see. We'll be in the ballpark. I don't think it's crucial to have the exact same number, but I think the idea is so that you're kind of balanced. So that's the third. The fourth is perhaps my favorite. If we're allowed to have favorites, I'll do it sideways like this. So that you can see I'm sitting with my in a 90-degree angle. Hands to your sides. Again, one of the books says something about turning your hands out a little bit, and then you push forward so that you end up in this something called like an inverted tabletop or something. I don't know, like that, and that feels really nice on the shoulders. Look as far back, and again, like you go as far as you're comfortable to begin, and you work your way to as far as you can go. That's about as far as I can go right now. But if it's just kind of doing this at first, that's fine. Try to find a spot where my floor is not creaking usually. This one I usually breathe in on the way up. Oh yeah, you want to tuck your chin back in when you're down. My feet are about shoulder width apart. Oh, that feels so good on the shoulders and on the belly. And even all the way into the forearms. So that's the fourth exercise out of the 5 Tibetans, 5 Tibetan rites, Tibetan yoga. If there's any Tibetans out there, any Tibetan monks watching, please let me know if this is actually a thing. In any case, I think I'll keep them in my routine because they feel great for me. And then here's the fifth. So the fifth, turn over on all fours, toes down. I got some banjos resonating in here. I don't know if you hear that. That's good for the chakras too. So yeah, on all fours, and then you just let your legs straighten out. And, no, yeah, for this one, we're doing their legs like up, dog, down, dog. So you just kind of go into that. A lot of you are probably familiar with this. If you're not, that means you've never done yoga. And that's okay. But that's it. So you do that, tuck your chin in, bring your heels down as much as possible, push back, and go as far as you're comfortable with going. And make sure that you don't fall into your shoulders, no sagging. Let your crotch sag, but not your shoulders. Lift your bum up on this one. Lift your bum up, heels down. Feels good on the calves, the hammies. He also talks in the book for gentlemen doing some like low humming and being good for your dude vibes. And that can be whenever. I don't think it's necessarily while you're doing these exercises. But just another thing in that book. So I sometimes do this a little bit faster actually. I'm probably like but it's good to slow it down and feel everything. I know that sometimes I've seen like the upward facing dog where your feet flatten out, and this one they just keep your toes curled under, keep your feet like that. And push forward. And that's it. You should feel great after it, as I do. And then I've got a couple extra moments at the end. I sit for a moment and send out a thank you for all the good things. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time with something else, probably a song. Okay, au revoir. Take care of your bodies and yourselves.